Maybe try switch off the lantern. Okay, let's make sure I am live. Get my headphones on so I can hear myself. Okay. Let me just open the live here. Make sure it's all working. This is new to me. Oh, I need to make it. Public. Silly me. Okay. Public. There we go. Okay, it says live. Okay. Try this again. There we go. Okay, cool. I'll keep this open. Hang on. Turn it up a minute. I'm gonna try speak like this. Is it peaking at all? It catches up. It's because the background's so quiet. Oh yeah, it's really good audio quality actually. Okay, now we're gonna wait for people to come on. For those of you who are watching this before anybody comes on, this is the first public live. The lives after this, I'm going to be doing one every Sunday, hopefully, if I can, will be members only. Now, I know Cromo Paleo Show is still a small channel, so I'm not expecting any members for a while, but at least when they do join, they've got something to go back and watch and know what to expect. So I thought for these lives, I would be modeling low poly creatures, low poly extinct animals, because they feature on my channel and are going to be featuring a lot more. I'm just going to quickly check the popping because it's not that bad. I could probably have this slightly further away. Right. Like I said I would do, I'll keep this open for any chats that come in. Why am I not going on that? Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Getting back on the live for some weird reason. There we go. Yeah. So we're joined here by Carla as well. I don't think they can even hear you because this mic is so top tier. Anyway, so those of you watching this back is probably going to get bored if I don't start doing something. So I am going to start doing something. So we're going to start off with the base mesh here, the body. I've set out everything, all the references, the top views, the side views. As you can see here, I'm using a different image of the skull because the one on here is A, very blurry, and B, the wrong shape. So I'm using this more accurate skull. So let's start off by modeling the body. I keep saying I'm going to leave this on and then I keep switching it off. There we go. Okay. How's the quality, by the way? Oh, it's lovely. It's awesome. Okay. Right, we're going to start off by adding a cylinder and decreasing the vertices because this is a low poly animal. I'm going to go with 12, I think, because the way I do this is I keep the spine at a point and the bottom of the belly flat. I feel like it just gets the shape better. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Right, go into edit mode. Oh. Right, let me bring this keyboard closer. Okay. Let's begin by matching up the shapes. There we go. I think I maybe want this more center. No, because he'd probably be bending and twisting as he walks. We're going to fully rig this, by the way, and hopefully animate it as well. So think of these lives as kind of a series. Once I get to the tail here, we're going to evenly subdivide the shape, and that way when I animate the tail, it's going to bend more smoothly. There we go. I'll add 3 to begin with, and then I can change them when I need to. There we go. You're probably wondering, why did I start off with the Cotylorhynchus? Well, because why not? Cotylorhynchus is the greatest of all the extinct animals. And it's the reason Cromo Paleo Show exists. Wow. Well, you guys definitely heard that. That was a good sneeze. This is going to be the most challenging part, is trying to get this tiny head modeled. Oh, I never thought about the jaw here. The jaw in this image is disconnected, which is going to be a bit of a challenge to model, because I don't know of any way you can actually crop these images, because I would like to have just had the jaw as a separate image. Probably should have thought about that beforehand, but it's okay. We can work through it. What I'm going to do is have this be 50% opacity, which is going to look really confusing, but as long as I know what's going on, I think we'll be fine. I would prefer to model it with the jaw open. So the joint sits in a small gap in the jaw. Modeling these animals, you do kind of need to have some form of knowledge of anatomy, animal anatomy. So you know how different things move, how different things work and scale together. Right. This looks very confusing, but I can just kind of manipulate it back and forth depending on what I need to do. So right now I just need to do the top jaw. You guys watching this back, I'm not really very good at Blender. You're probably screaming at me that I'm doing this in a wrong way, but I have my ways that work for me. mainly just blocking out the shapes right now. I feel like Bob Ross. Happy little accident. There we go. Okay, we're gonna right now we're gonna try and block out the where the bottom jaw is gonna be. Now I have a way of doing this. It's probably wrong, but I don't care. And the way I do this is by I'm gonna join these two vertices. I'm gonna select these, and I'm gonna hit V, which disconnects. I'm gonna lift this up for now, and we can grab these and move them down. I'll come back to the jaw. I'm just going to open it down there right now and fix these up. Now, Cotylorhynchus would have had lips, so I'm going to drag these vertices down to cover the teeth. And I'll come back and neaten all that up later. And I can add more loop cuts and anything when I need them to make the geometry a bit more complex. But right now it's very simple. I am just mapping out the shape of the animal. I'll maybe come up here and do some... Ooh. I need to tell Blender not to show this one. So it'll be the back, not the front. And I'll do the same with this one down here. This one will be the front and not the back. So you don't see the face of that one depending on which one you are looking at. Right, let's go in and fix some of the x-axis scales. Now, this is a thing I knew I'd have to contend with, and that is this skull being scaled wrong. But I think it's actually okay. Ooh, let's scale on the Z. There we go. Oh God, what have I done? There we go. Okay. Grab the top of the head here. Do the same. Ah, I've got these the wrong way around. This one is the back, and this one is the top. And actually, because it's like that, this one should be down here. And this one should be up here. There we go. Right, let's try that again. Grab the nose here. Right, now we can sort out this jaw. What time's your video? At 9. Okay. Everybody go over and subscribe to Cam with Carla ASMR. That's Carla's channel. And she's got a video coming out at 9. A lot of you are probably watching this after it's been live, but go and subscribe anyway. She does ASMR videos. So if you guys need some help sleeping, you know where to go. See, when I'm hearing myself speak, I feel like, have you ever watched snooker on TV? And it's just... No, but have you ever? Okay, so basically it's an extended period of silence. And all you hear is the announcer occasionally going, "Oh, that was a good shot there. Oh. Oh, he's going round the other side of the table. Oh, he's lining up now." So I feel like maybe I should have had some music or something on the background. Wow. This is true. This is true. This is true. But I think playing that on repeat would get a bit boring. Okay, so where are we with the body right now? Again, a lot of this needs to be fixed because I highly doubt Cotylorhynchus had raised ribs. He's almost looking a bit like a newt right now, but we're going to fix that, don't worry. I'm going to separate the body into more loop cuts. And I'll just smooth these out just like that. There we go. Carla's been listening to Christmas music today. Bit early in my opinion, but to each their own. Oh Jesus. Ooh. If you guys haven't played House Flipper, play House Flipper because it's very fun. House Flipper 2, sorry. Yeah. The before and after, they're so satisfying. Well done. 3 stars. Nobody's on. It's quite depressing, actually. I know. But it's fine. It's fine. Together we move. Okay. I feel like some of these do need to be fixed because I went a bit too low on that one. Same with this. Move this up. Right. How are we looking now? I need to fix some of these because they're very flat. Luckily, I did loop cuts. So now we're rounding out the body, as you can see. Cotylorhynchus' famous barrel-shaped body, which we all love. And what about the... See, these attach really far in. A weird shaped body. I'm not going to lie. Slightly hard to capture correctly, but I'm trying. Also, I have no idea who made this these drawings. I think a lot of them come from a website called Reptile Evolution, which, from what I've heard, is not the best of websites. These hands do not match up with this, which is a photograph of a specimen. You'd think at least the hands should match up. Although, I don't know if... it's hard to say because some of the pictures of the Cotylorhynchus fossil do have these really thick fingers, but I do think it's more in line with this one here. I mean, this is a photograph. Anyway, let's fix some of this weirdness that's happening right here. It's a very, very strange animal. The thing that's really hard to get right is this sharp bend up here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Do I extrude out or in? I feel like it's going to have quite strong neck muscles. And then I'll extrude it down. So you'd maybe want it to go in. Oh, but then it looks like it's not got enough meat. I feel like this jaw needs to be pulled down. Oh yeah, I said I would fix the jaw. Never done that yet. Let's do that right right now. So it's this one, I believe. And we're just going to pull that up like that. Okay, so we're almost in line already, but not quite. How's that? Okay. Again, it's going to look really weird for a while, but once it comes together, it will start making a bit more sense. And I'll need to get ready for some lips. Okay. I think I'm going to subdivide these up and bring this up as well. Give us a bit more definition, and I'll have some kind of flap of skin here in this part of the jaw. So I can hide the jaw reference, go back into the head, and hello. You're watching me to sleep. Okay. Well, I'm not doing any ASMR, but if you find, well, it's, I mean, that's fine. You watch away. If you find my voice soothing, maybe I should start talking quieter. Oh, if you want something to sleep to, actually, forget this live. Go and watch Cam with Carla. Cam with Carla ASMR. She has her own ASMR channel. Go subscribe. Maybe next year I'll start an ASMR channel. Carla says my voice is very soothing, but I beg to differ. Well, I will take that as a compliment. Right. This is getting very much better. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it makes sense in my head. Right. Okay, I'm really wanting to fix this body here because it's a strange shape. Looks too oval. I want to try and take this oval and make it into a more of a sphere. First thing I'm going to do though is set up a mirror modifier. So I am literally going to cut the Cotylorhynchus in half. Oops, forgot to put on this. So we're going to do, oh god, I don't want to select the middle vertices. There we go. Zoom in closer, delete these. Okay, let me go to the back so I can see this better. Okay, there we go. So now we have half of a Cotylorhynchus. And we're going to add a mirror modifier. I see some strange things happening with the head here. I'm going to come back and fix that. So, mirror that. And let's start fixing some of this body here. I'm going to go with this. I feel like this part of the rib cage would be the sort of biggest part of the animal. So I'm going to take these two vertices and scale them up just like this. Possibly take this one, drag it down. Don't know if he would have had a kind of a fatty back, but we're going to give him one anyway. I'm going to do the same here. Big shoulders. Cotylorhynchus had a really big shoulder girdle. They had powerful forelimbs. Right, that looks a bit smoother. Do the same here. I'm just dragging it all down on the z-axis for now. See how that looks. And I'll do the same down here. Right, we need to do the same here because it's getting a bit strange looking. Whoops. There we go. Drag this up a bit. I feel like with this massive gut that Cotylorhynchus had, it's probably going to be hanging down a bit. Going to be kind of well, not dragging on the ground, obviously, but they did have a semi-erect posture. It wasn't fully sprawled like a crocodile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these and I'm going to move this that whole section down. There we go. Look at the difference that made. He's looking a bit squared off now, so I'm going to come back and fix it. But if you see moving this down, it makes a huge difference. And then I can start bringing some of it up a little bit. So a lot of this will need to be brought up because it is a bit too far down, I think. And these are probably going to drag. So, okay. These could be dragged all the way out, I think. Or pretty much. There we go. It's going to look strange for a minute, but bear with me. I'm going to fix that. Just grab these, move these down. This looks really flat. I feel like we're going to have to shrink these in. Just like this. Drag that one in as well. Do the same for here. Okay. Drag these in. Okay. This might have made it more rounded. Yeah, it did. So that is looking a lot better. I feel like we need to round off this stomach area a bit more. He's looking very oval. But I am following these references to the best of my abilities, so maybe it's just how the animal looked. But let's see if I can try and make it look a bit more anatomically reasonable. I wonder if I should drag these in. I feel like the stomach is really flat. Maybe I went too much. God, what a complicated shape. Let's see what it's looking like without being able to see through it. Okay, it is coming together. I'm seeing the shape take shape slowly. Right. Okay, let's try get this. Wonder if I should drag these down. Feel like this whole body section might need to be dragged out. I'm going to widen the jaw here on the bottom. Same for the side. And we're going to follow this down. Try and make it look even. And then what I'm going to do is drag these out and then drag them up a bit along with all of the vertices that is up above them. So, whoa, this is looking almost completely square. Let's drag this out. Same with this one. Right. I'm going to grab this and this and this and this. And we're just going to drag it up on the z-axis slightly to try and round off that stomach. Except these ones actually, because they're too small. There we go. I can drag this one down a bit. Look at that. It's looking a lot more rounded now. I feel like probably, yeah, see, I've got quite a bit of a gut here. Would the hip bones have been close to the skin? I'm unsure. What's going on there? Oh, forgot to drag these up. It's okay though. I am going to have to make use of that middle vertex because I cut the whole animal in half and it left a sort of ring going around the middle, which I didn't actually intend for when I was adding the cylinder, but it's fine. We move. I'm going to select this and drag it down because I do want to add more of a gut to try and round off the animal because it is very oval. And it's getting slightly annoying. Might do the same for here. It's getting really hot in here. Right. We're just letting some cool air into the room, guys. So, right. This middle vertex is probably not going to be touched along the length of the tail. But it was used to round off the stomach, which is looking a lot better now. Now I'm going to look at the reference here because I wonder, I feel like it would have had this sort of flat back. Especially looking at the tops of these ribs here. Oh, hey, Poliostasis. It's, well, it's beautiful, but it's, well, it's going to be beautiful. I'm trying to get the body shape right, and it's really hard. So, I'm doing my best. Yeah, in case you weren't aware, Poliostasis, these lives are going to be for members only after I've done this one. So this is going to be the only public one. But like I said at the start of the video, Cromo Paleo Show is still a tiny channel and it's not going to have members for a while. But I just wanted to get ahead of the game a bit and give them something to watch when they do decide to join up. Okay, I am going to fix this head a bit. I think the body's looking pretty good. I'm going to add a loop cut here, I think, maybe. Or would that be too much? I feel like that's a big gap there. This isn't really going to move very much. What a strange animal. I'm gonna bring these in a bit. Especially these ones. And I'm actually gonna move them up. Try and round off that neck. That impossibly short neck. The lad is simply built different. Yes, he is. Cotylorhynchus was built stupidly. It wasn't even different. It was just stupid. Okay. This is looking a bit better now. You end up with this weird... I've tried to model Cotylorhynchus a couple of times in the past, and you end up with this really sharp... I mean, it's really hard to get this sharp bend. Like, it's almost vertical up to the head, where the head connects to the neck. I swear, paleontologists, I've got this animal wrong, because there is no way that... oh, God. Got to turn on clipping. There we go. There's no way this animal could do anything with the neck that short. Okay. I'm going to move these in, drag these out. Trying to get a smooth shape on this is nigh impossible. Okay, I'm gonna work with this head for a minute because it's starting to trigger me a bit. So I'm gonna apply the mirror modifier temporarily for now, and I'm going to connect these faces, loop cut in there, and join these two. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom. Exactly the same thing I did. Yep. It's going to want me to select through them. Center. There we go. Okay. Now, let's start filling in this hollowed out mouth. So I can put some faces in. Do the same as I did with the upper, or the snout, I should say. There we go. Same again. Put a cut down the middle. And merge at the center. Okay, now this is a really derpy looking face, but we are going to fix that. I did add in a front view of the face here, which is just as derpy as the low poly model, but we are going to work with it. I'm going to hide everything that's going on behind it because it's very distracting. So we're going to select all that and H for hide. Now we can focus on the head. I believe that is the widest point of the head. You know what? I'm going to unhide that, and I'm going to hide one behind. There we go. Okay. So these, let me turn the opacity down a bit because I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, so these ones at the top of the head need to be moved up and possibly out to the sides a bit. And next, we're going to move on to these. It's going to be almost the same, but we're coming in now. Do you want to add this bit of a ridge that he's got going on? Top of the head. Make room for that big rostrum. I do need to keep in mind that the skull on here is actually tilted down a bit, so I'm going to have to just imagine that for the reference. I'm going to pull these out. Actually, I'm not going to pull these out. I'm going to push the edges in. There we go. This should give us a more rounded snoot. And these can scale out. I keep clicking W. These can scale out and slightly in. And we're left with nothing to fill out this big gap. go. Drag these up because this snout is quite flat at the front, so it's not needing much rounding. However, the actual snout does. Like I said, I'll probably come back and add more loop cuts. Let me go to the bottom and try and line up this jaw. See how it's sticking out a bit at the sides? I need to try and correct that. Actually, I don't need the middle one. Just select these. Pull them out. There we go. That's joint on a lot better. These ones are going to come out as well. Ooh, I feel like the snout isn't far enough out. No pun intended. Thanks. I don't know whether to go with the scale of the side skull or the scale of the top and bottom, because I did scale the side view of the skull to the drawing, so it makes sense that I would scale the top and bottom to be that scale. Let me copy this, move it in, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix the scale, which means we're going to have to go back and fix the entire head, but that's fine. Okay, let's turn off this. Nope. This one? Oh my days. Why am I getting really confused? Oh, they're not even intersected. Silly me. Silly me. Okay, I do believe it's... Oh, I've selected the wrong thing entirely. Right, hold on. I need to fix this. I think this one needs it on. How do you see it from behind? There's a way I did this. I can't remember. I did it in a weird order. Well, this is confusing. Okay. Well, that's slightly annoying. Maybe it's because I have it on this. Oh, there we go. See? There's always a fix. Right. So as you can see, I'm actually scaling the head to be too big. So we're going to fix this. There we go. As you can see, that's pretty accurately scaled. So now we need to fix the entire scale of the head, but not before I fix the scale of this one to match this one, which means I do need to see it from both sides, and I need to turn down the opacity. Because now we have to make these fit. Wow. That looks lovely. Well done. You're so good at that game. Call it cues. Okay, I can now delete this reference. And I can turn up that, make it the front. Now, like I said, I can fix the head scale because we were using a wrongly scaled reference. I think this is the top jaw I'm grabbing. Yes, it is. Okay, this is where it gets weird. This point on Cotylorhynchus's head probably represents some sort of weird nose. It had massive nasal openings in the skull, and like I said, ended in this point. Cotylorhynchus was a synapsid, which means it was kind of like, so mammals evolved from reptiles way back in the day, and Cotylorhynchus was sort of that, well, Cotylorhynchus and all synapsids was that halfway in between kind of guy. And so a lot of its features are reptilian. And I've actually made the mistake on this channel of calling Cotylorhynchus a reptile when it is not. It is a synapsid and should be referred to as nothing else. It's not a reptile, not a mammal. It is its own thing. It's a synapsid. So this means that the nose probably would have, I want to say resembled a reptile, but it probably had some mammalian features. Like maybe some fleshy cartilage. I'm not sure. I actually have no idea how I'm going to. I just did this in the way Hollywood does it, and it's really bad of me. I'm sorry. I just did some shrink wrapping. Let's add some flesh to that nose. Same for the head. Oops. Okay. Let's fix this jaw. So, as you can see, we actually have part of the jaw in this reference, which helps for scaling. And as you can see, slightly smaller than the upper jaw. So when the jaw closed, the teeth and the upper jaw would have gone outside the teeth on the lower jaw. But it still would have had lips. So these teeth would have gone around these teeth. So it probably closed its jaw quite tightly, actually. A lot tighter than you would think. You would always think that when it closed its jaw, these teeth would probably match these teeth, but they would have been well behind, I would think. Which makes sense, leaves more room for teeth. And you see these holes in the skull, holes in the jaw, holes in the skull. These are for transporting blood vessels. I cannot remember, there is a specific name for these holes. Can't remember what it is. But the presence of them around where the lips would have protruded shows that it therefore had some lips going on. Okay, let's round out this jaw the same we did with the head. The upper jaw, sorry. So we can drag this out. And what that means is we can drag these. I'm kind of doing this the same way I've done all my other creatures, which works for me. Don't want to drag these up too much because we want it to be quite sharp. The corners of the jaw. Now I want to go underneath again. So the jaw does slope slightly, which means the mouth will probably do a similar thing, which I do believe it is currently. We can make it less of a slope. By dragging these out. Maybe not actually. I'll leave them in for now. Okay. So that is the head shape sort of worked out. Obviously the mouth looks way too big. That's because it is. That is going to be fixed. Okay. This is such a strange looking animal. I can unhide the rest of the body now. I'm actually going to, I think I might add some fat up around here. I feel like I'm doing this a bit too close to the bones. This is a beefy boy. So let's make him more beefy. Especially around the shoulders. There we go. I think these I might drag down. What would it look like if I drag these down a bit? I feel like the top of the spine is going to be holding up the back, kind of. Yeah, that's maybe a better way of doing it, actually. Gives me more of a guide like I said, except for the shoulders. So we are going to curve up and around where the shoulders are. Drag these down, drag these down. Okay, that's that one's. Okay. Nice. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Oh, really? God, this animal is so weird. I feel like the shoulder girdle is actually would have made it a lot. Now that I'm looking at this reference, actually, I'm noticing that the shoulder girdle on the top-down view is further back than the one on the bottom, which is moderately annoying. Which means, and this, like I said, is a photograph. So this is probably more accurate. So for some reason, it shows on the side view that this would probably be the widest point on the shoulder girdle. And as you can see, I'm on the neck on the top-down view. How annoying. So, oh, hello, I love your channel. Well, thank you very much. That means a lot. Welcome to this live. Just because you joined now, I will quickly explain that this live is the only one that's going to be public. The rest of the Sunday lives will be for members only. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Cromo Paleo Show is still a tiny channel and I don't expect any members anytime soon. But I'm doing this just so they have something to watch when they do decide to join. But welcome in any case. I am struggling to model a Cotylorhynchus, so you've joined the fun. Yeah, I am trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because as you can see on the side view, or would it be here? This would be the thickest point, I think, of the shoulder girdle on the side view. But on the top view, we're in the neck. I think I trust this top-down view more because, like I said, it is a photograph. This is a drawing. Well, this is annoying. Okay. Let's decide how we're going to fix this. I also feel like the head on the side view, the head on the side view is way smaller than the top view. And if this is a drawing of this, then like a drawing of this specimen, it's not done the best, I have to say. Let's try grab the entire head and scale it up to be in line with the top-down view, the picture graph, photograph. So let's do that. Let's grab the entire head. See, I don't know because the entire head is about back to here, which when we look at the top-down view, it would be about the same. But I look like I'm in the neck here. Ooh. Decisions to be made. And Carla just designed another house in House Flipper 2. Well, all right. Decorating a house to be Christmas themed. God. I'm jumping for joy. I have to say, people, I am pretty stuck at the moment. Not really sure what I'm going to do. This is like one of those paradigms, right? The shoulders should be in between these two vertices, but on the side view, it's way back. Oh, so annoying. So annoying. I'm just so torn whether I go with the side view, which is mainly what I've been using, or I go with the top-down view, which would be more accurate. What would happen if, let's adjust this, right? So this is, we're going to smooth this all out, right? This is the, now the basically one, it's a snake. So if that's a snake, then these should be out. There's a snake in my boot. Right, let's evenly. I feel like even though I had a big shoulder girdle, it's not going to protrude as much as you'd think. Let's see. What's this guy saying? I think it's because the arms are in different positions in both pictures. That is a part of it, but I don't think the arms being in different positions would actually move the entire shoulder girdle back. The arms being in different positions is going to be an issue, but that is a fixable issue. So you would just model one set of arms on this side and mirror it, ignoring this one. But this is like the entire body, and it's very hard to figure out how I'm going to fix it. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to follow the top-down view, given the fact that that is a photograph of the animal, the specimen. And then I'm going to scale out where the shoulders would be. And this is just going to be the neck. Which means that this part, actually, if we look at the top-down view, this is all the way out at the end of the neck. Like, this could come way, that only needs to start sticking out here. Oh, man. This is so difficult. Let me quickly pull up an image of a Cotylorhynchus fossil. Right, here's the skeleton. Here's a side view of the skeleton. I just don't know how the hell this animal existed. I think the side view actually matches more than the bottom view. And to be fair, the hands that I complained about, the hands I complained about at the start for not matching the picture, they do actually match the fossil better. So these would have been the forelimbs. So this is the right forelimb, because looking at the fossil here, I'm looking at an actual picture of the fossil. this finger here is this finger, and on this it's wrong. I'm thinking this is a top-down view of a completely different species, and that's why I'm getting confused. This is a drawing of Cotylorhynchus, and the top-down view is, well, maybe it's a different species within Cotylorhynchus. This is definitely Cotylorhynchus romeri, this drawing here. This might be C. hancocki, which is the biggest one. Okay. In that case, I am going to continue using the side view picture. Yikes. Right, ignore everything I was doing before. I am going to use the side view, and I'm going to pay, excuse me, no attention to the top-down view. I am going to quickly double-check the width. Oh, excuse me. The width of the animal. Yeah, it is more barrel-shaped. It's not so much oval. So I do need to pull in the sides quite a bit. Okay, let's do that. So, first up, fix the body. Right. Just going to grab a random selection here. Oh god, I forgot I'm not in mirror mode anymore. Damn. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Ooh. I feel like I'm too far gone with this. I might have to cut out the entire middle section of the body and stitch in a new bit. Oh no, no. What I can do is I can. How do you do it again? Give me a second. Give me a second. Edge. Maybe it's mesh. Transform to sphere. There we go. Now it's more. Okay. You can save. That is a save. Right. Can I do multiple at the same time? Mesh, transform to sphere. Oh my god, I can. Okay. Oh, this is going to save me so much work. Right. Select these. Mesh, transform to sphere. Oh god. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's try and make it as sphere as possible before we tell it to go to a sphere. And then we're going to change the body. Lesson learned. I probably should have looked at some references, some more references before diving into this. This is such a hard animal to model, but it's good. We persevere. There we go. Last one. I'll do this one, and then the rest I can fix by hand. Mesh. I know there is a shortcut for this, but I am not doing the shortcut. I do apologize. God. What a mess. That does not surprise me. She would do that every year. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing the body from scratch. So how many things is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So simple as could be. Add a cylinder, 12 vertices. Rotate it on the x-axis 90, and here we go again. So we're going to try and keep this as barrel-shaped as possible. A lot of the people who described Cotylorhynchus emphasized its barreliness. So we're going to capture that. There we go. And what we're going to do is to fix the tail, we're going to merge the vertices in the tail to the body instead of the other way around. I feel like these are going a bit haywire. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's the tail. And now I can extrude this forward and merge the neck to this. Whoops, clicking the wrong button. Wrecking the Cotylorhynchus. If I just roughly get the shape right, then we can, like I said, we'll go in and fix it later. Scale it on Z. There we go. Now do the same again. Merge to last, merge to last. And in doing this, we are going to have a clean slate to look at. Sometimes with Blender, you start making mistakes. Best way to fix it is just start again. So that's what we're going to do on the body. And then I do believe there will be a face hidden in here in need of deleting. Yes, there is. And there's probably the same on the other side. Yes, there is. Now we can start cutting up the body. Not like in an Ed Gein way, but okay. Right, so we'll go from the middle here. We're going to just do middle, then middle, then middle, trying to keep it as even and as smooth as possible. There we go. Now I am scaling on all the axes because, like I said, I do want to keep it smooth. So we'll be making it wider as much as it is taller. I'm going to add some beefiness to the shoulders here. There we go. You still end up with this really sharp spike, which is really hard to do anything with because you're torn whether you want to go in or out. I'm tempted to see what it would look like if there was no definition here and the flesh met like this. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to see what this would look like if I did decide to do it like this. I'll bring this down. You know what? That actually looks a million times better. I may just do this. Oh, what this stupid looking animal. Okay, I'm going to do this. So instead of going like in the way, because this is where we were getting the sharp bend. Or was it here? I can't remember. Yeah, down here. We're getting this sharp bend up and then the jaw. I think instead of trying to emphasize that this is the jaw, I'm just going to make the entire chin connect to the shoulders. It doesn't actually look that stupid. It does look believable. So I'm going to do this better though. So I'm going to reset this. So this is what I had before. And yeah, so the chin, let's bring in the jaw here. I was using for the jaw. And so this is the jaw open. Uh, okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is I do want some definition of a jaw, just to at least say that there is a jaw here a bit. But we're gonna drag this down and we're gonna round off into the jaw rather than trying to do it so sharply. I'm not sure whether or not you would see this protrusion here on the chin. Got a big chin. Oops. Forgot to have mirror mode on. I should be doing this in mirror mode, but I'm not. I'm stupid. Okay. It's starting. Oh. God. This is as good as it's going to get. I mean, there is no fixing this. It's Cotylorhynchus. Or it's trying to be. Oh, no. Ignore the face and the mouth. That's all going to be fixed. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna start fixing the mouth in the way I always fix these mouths. So I grab all these and I inset. How thick do you want the lips to be? Probably there. And then I inset again. And then scale on the normals. Just going to see where the hell this is going to go. Right, I should do this in side view. Scale on the normals. So that opens up the inside of the mouth. And then scale on the x-axis. I should be doing this based on each individual vertex. Okay, let's do this inside here. There we go. And we're gonna fix up these lips because it does look like a Muppet. Oh, actually, these are not lips. These are the corners of the mouth. So I'm gonna get rid of these faces. I feel like I'm getting further and further away from the mic. These faces can be deleted, just like this. This one and this one. And we can connect. These are going to be tries, but it's... Oh no, it's not going to be. Oh no, it is. It's just going to be double tries, actually. Right, drag these in. There we go. And we'll do... Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can do it as quads. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2... Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, jaw muscles. This guy looks like he is lacking in the jaw. Go. Drag these out. Okay, I do feel like we're going to need some more loop cuts here. He looks a bit too smiley, looks a bit too happy, so we're going to fix that. It looks unnatural. Going to droop that jaw. There we go. Now he looks less impressed. And we're going to make the lips a bit more natural. Just like this. There we go. Let me just double check that the lips is going to cover the teeth. I feel like this can be dragged out, which is going to help us stop that Muppet shape. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom jaw. Oh, which I do not have. Hold on. I'll fix that. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So go up above. Oh, no, I do want to be down below. Right, bottom jaw is what I need to fix next. So we'll drag this out. Again, making sure that it is going to cover the teeth. Drag it out more. And then drag these in, just like that. And is that both the bottom ones? Yes. So we can drag these in too. I think these can both come in. And these probably need to stay out here. Actually, in that case, I'll pull these out again. Because it does need to close evenly. Okay. Right. Let's add some fleshiness to this jaw. I don't know why I decided to poke that up like that. It doesn't look very reptilian. Actually, because it needs to. But I can fix that by moving these. And I'll grab these, move these, grab these, move these. No, actually, I am going to pull these down. See, now we've gone too far out. But I am using the bottom jaw reference here. Again, it's not twisted though. I never took that into account. Okay. So that's fine. We can fix that again. Okay, now we've ended up with a really thin lip. Oh my god, this is the most complicated animal to model. Every reference you look at is different. This is so hard. I'm going to actually have to start putting some artistic embellishments onto this because trying to do it based on the references is not working for me at all. But you can see how like cupped the snout was. I mean, it's the same even on these newer drawings, which you cannot see. Well, kind of. It's not fully cupped, actually. But that's where Cotylorhynchus gets its name, is cup snout or something like that. I can't remember. God, this is impossible to model. It's the most complicated animal you'll ever come across. See, I'm wondering, do I even have to have this bit here? I feel like I do. If the animal's going to be trying to eat plants and stuff. there's a lot of teeth to model as well. See, I feel like these lips are too small, especially for the low poly look I'm trying to go for. So we can drag these in, thicken up those lips. Same on the bottom jaw. Maybe. Oh, whoops. Did that on the bit that wasn't a lip. There we go. And we can drag these in. Right, now we've got a thicker mouth. That looks a bit better. The thing it's going to make it is the mouth details, I think. Right now it's getting really confusing to try and understand what's going on. How am I going to do this? I'm trying to think how I did this in the past. I'll try going in. Ah, there we go. And then I'll extrude these to make the gums. And then model the teeth coming out the gums. That is how I will do it. And I will also grab these. Scale these up. Oops, didn't mean to hide them. Drag them back. Okay. Mouth needs to be a bit deeper. Oh, God. It's not going to be as deep as the whole jaw, though. I'll come back and fix that. I'll add the gums. So really it's only going to stick out from here. Like that. Oops, let me undo that. How far up the teeth we want to go with the gums. Deep roots. There we go. And then we can grab this and this. Double tap G to drag it up. There we go. So it eases more into the mouth. Right, there we go. Now it's starting to make a bit more sense. You see where the teeth is going to go? They're going to go in the gums there, as you'd expect. And do the same with the top. Oh, let me hide this first so I can see the top jaw. And these are way too high, so this can come down. In fact, these only need to be up to where the teeth connects to the jaw, like in the bone. So I'm going to fix this. Oh, why have I selected ones down there? There we go. Right. Pull these back to there, maybe. Don't think I need to scale them in, actually. And I'll select the ones that's going to become the gums, which can be this, and this. And extrude it out slightly. There we go. I'll actually rotate it in a bit. So is this. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Right, so we've got some got some gums on the top and bottom jaw. It's a very gummy bear. I'm actually going to drag these lips down a bit. Try and have some kind of reptilian covering the teeth sort of look. Even though, like I said before, it's not a reptile. If anything, it gives me more freedom with the lips because they maybe had even more fleshy lips. Who knows? There we go. It's starting to make sense now. We did the same with the bottom jaw here. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, get those lips up. Cover the teeth. Just like this. There we go. Can even close this up a bit as well. Grab these, drag them up. And I can, if I wanted to, while I'm working on the mouth, is add a makeshift tongue quickly, which I can do by, well, let's make the throat go down here. Oops, there and 0. Okay. Maybe it's not ready to go fully down yet because I'll drag it in. And I will. Let me sort out the vertices. I bet there's a lot going on here. And there is. Whoops. Ah, can't grab vertices for some reason. There we go. So now we've got this nice clean throat, which I can extrude down said throat. There we go. Lovely. Looks a bit open. I can grab this and close it off. And I'll also bevel it as well. Looks gross, but awesome. Give us. Grossum. Right. Drag these down. Now there's the back of the throat. And I can add a little tongue. Now, I do this and I do this with a different object, and then I merge the objects later. I do the same with the teeth. I don't like doing it in one object because it just gets too complex. The car's driving by, I'll be like looking at the window. Watch the. Look, watch the replay. Whoa. What's going on? I'm gonna go for a look. Is it police or ambulance? I don't know, but I'm gonna do the road. That's yeah. Okay, I'll let you know well, Sue, like going out of the way doing the road. Yeah. Sue. Yeah. Okay, let me in. I'm kinda wish I was coming too, but BRB guys, police and ambulance, I think, just drove by, so we need to find out what's going on. Hey everybody. Oh, there's 4 people watching.
We're back.
Oh, yeah, we're back. We saw the police and ambulance drive by. Somebody in our neighborhood has died. And when I'm not laughing at the fact he died. I didn't even know the guy. But we live on a tiny island in the middle of nowhere, and whenever something happens, everybody's so nosy. So we jump in our car, drove down, and as we were going down, cars were pulling out to go and see what was happening. And then when we found out what had happened, which literally only took 2 seconds, like we saw the police and ambulance drive by, and by the time we got down to the road, like 2 minutes later, we found out what happened. Small communities, what can you say? And when we were driving back up, the cars were like pulling back into their spots, like, okay, got the news. Start spreading the news. I'm a terrible human being. No, it does not. Anyway, so let's continue nonchalantly with this tongue like nothing happened. Yeah. God, how many live streams on YouTube does somebody kick the bucket? I'm just saying. Well, this is going to be members only anyway, so. Right. Oh, no. God, no. Okay, this is a tongue shape of some sort. So, I'm going to go to the back of the throat, and we're going to extend the tongue to where it's going to lie, which is going to be just behind the gums, I think. So I'm going to come back a bit. There we go. And make this smaller. It's going to, I think this should have like a half reptilian, half mammalian skull. So I'm going to make it slightly wider. Mammalian. Alien mammalian, yo. So now we can start cutting the tongue up. So I'll go up here. I'll do another cut in here just to make it rounded, and I'll add about that many cuts in here. I don't know how many that was. Okay. Now we can start spreading the news. Right. I used to get in trouble the whole time when I used to live streams on Explore and Undercover for having no filter. Right. No. From people on the lives and David, who I did them with. Well, not really. He found it funny, but people did not. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I can't. I honestly can't help it. Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks. It's in my blood. It's in my nature. You can't help what you can't help, brother. Start spreading the news. Uh, no, really, no. Although, did Jesus no die or something? I actually is Christmas the birth or the death of Jesus? Oh yeah, because the bloody nativity. Easter's the resurrection, yeah. It's turned into a podcast. Oh, I'm still around to hear your response, by the way. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm really bad for that. I got really distracted. I'm so sorry. Uh, oh, by the way, do you still want me to do some music for you in the future? Of course I do. Sorry. I feel really bad now. I started to read your message a minute ago. And then I started to tell a story and I got a bit distracted. I'm really bad for that. Of course I do. Yes. Maybe you could turn that Discord server you invited me into a server for YouTube channel and stuff. That's kind of what I was gonna do. That's what I was thinking to do anyway. Yeah, have you been sticking around this whole time, by the way? Did you see us run out the house because we saw a police and ambulance drive by, only to find out someone died? It took, well, kinda, but we're back here now. I'm still working on my Cotylorhynchus. So. Oh, I'm desperate for a double monitor setup. It would be, what with the width of these monitors, though, it would be like. Oh, on this you get wider ones. Oh, he said yes, he did. Polio status. I literally just got back on stream and saw what happened. Well, welcome back. But yeah, anyway, to answer your question, I am gonna get back on Discord, and I would love for you to make some music. So obviously, the next video I'm working on is the one that you suggested. I used your Aqualops sounds in my Aqualops video, so thanks for that. They were really cool. So if you want, start whipping up some Gorgonops. Stay out the paleo chat, please. No, it's came what it reminds me of. The Smurfs, Gargamel. The Smurfs. Anyway, Gorgonops. Start whipping up some sound effects if you want to. That would be lovely. And yeah, I'm gonna start working on that one. So I think that looks okay for. Oh my god, it's the worst tongue I've ever made in Blender. I usually get the tongues pretty bloody good, but this time not so much. Pretty bloody good. Paleostasis is Australian. Did you know that? You know now. It's good. I'm sorry for butchering your accent. No. Strictly business. Sorry, I'm missing these chats. I really need to get a better setup here so I can see chats on the screen. Exciting. Yeah, I heard my sounds in the video. Sounds great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Okay, that'll do for the tongue for now. I am going to revisit that. I think the whole thing looks a bit flat. And I think I need some diversity in width. So I'm actually going to thin this out. So something like this. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Shh. I hope it didn't hear you. Oh god, you're gonna hear me singing. Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's awful. Oh, you never have. You never had. Thank God. Thank God. I'll never forgive you for your cultural transgression. Actually, it could be classed as cultural appropriation, which I think is bull. Me and Poliostasis just hitting it up. We go way back, yeah. We go way back to my time in Australia. 1957. The day I was born. Right, that's gonna do for the tongue. I think it's fine. The edges look weirdly sharp, um, but it's all good. I can't actually hear anything she says, by the way. Oh, they can't hear you at all. Yeah, that's probably a good thing, actually. Yeah, she just said, "Oh, that's good." So yeah, we'll keep her on silent. She actually was making fun of Gorgonops, by the way. Come here, come here, come here, come here. What were you saying about Gorgonops?
I thought you were speaking about like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff.
No.
Okay.
Start spreading. Okay, right. Anyway, so now, this is looking really ugly, but it's that's not a sign. I don't know what is. All right, start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Okay, so I am gonna start spreading the news. Every time I say start, it's gonna make me think start spreading the news. I'm actually the voices in his head. Don't believe a word he says. Poliostasis is the voices in my head. Yeah. Shh. What? Yeah, okay. What? Fine. Try and make a joke. Presents. It's a beautiful sight. The Rang lyrics. The Randler. Not gonna finish that. We are living. I keep forgetting I'm actually on live. Anyway, let me explain what I'm gonna do here. So, this part of the jaw, I am going to. Ooh, maybe not actually. Hang on, I'm being interrupted yet again. I'm excited to see this. Oh, oh. For those of you who don't know, she's playing House Flipper 2 and I'm seeing the before and afters. If you haven't played that game, play that game. Wonderful. High five. Oh my god. Got a bloody super chat. Thank you, Polio Stasis. It means he paid to have his chat on here. Here's some Monopoly money before I head off soon. Well, thank you very much. That means a lot. You are officially the very, very first super chat. What's this heart do? Hey, there we go. And I'll give it a like too. Yeah, you're the very, very first super chat of Cromo Paleo show. So you've got that title. Legend the Raptor Hybrid. Hey man, how are you doing? I am. Oh, sorry. I am really. I'm really far away from the Mike. You couldn't hear me here. Hear me there. Thanks, Poliostasis. You probably did hear me a little bit. You're the very first super chat Chroma Paleo show has ever gotten. As for Legend the Raptor Hybrid, I'm doing very well. How are you doing? What would you say? Oh, hey. Okay. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let Cotylorhynchus bite. The Gorgonops. I'll be up very soon. Okay. Wait, what?
We bully each other a lot.
Yeah. You need to. It's here.
I've got the Yeti proper.
I got the proper Yeti, the big boy Yeti. I use it for nefarious actions.
What?
New what?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go subscribe to Calm with Carla ASMR. Don't want.
Oh, the video's up. The video's
Don't
up.
want the Gorgonops to bite. Oh yeah, the video is up.
Yeah.
How's it doing? A new video went up on Calm with Carla ASMR.
Guys, please view my video. I'm in dire need. I've got a mere 164 subscribers compared to Connor.
Yeah. Poliostasis, what do you think of this?
No.
Sometime.
What are we
One day.
What are we thinking about poliostasis?
Poliostasis, what do you think of the head of this thing? Because I am really struggling. It's such a hard shape. Okay, bye. 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 See, I don't know if you joined when I was having this problem, poliostasis, but the images I was using, the side profile image, the shoulders, like, see how the shoulders fit in here, right? When I go to the top view, they're like, I'm in the neck, they're way back here. So I've decided to go with the side view because I think this one more closely resembles the mounted specimen. Speaking of biting, my pet Gorgonops has been rather nippy with me lately, wondering how to alleviate this behavior. Also, the head looks pretty good, all things considered. Thank you. As for your Gorgonops nipping you, how old is your Gorgonops? Is he young? Is he old? Because if he's an adult, a nip is going to be slightly more than a nip. I'm assuming you mean this is a Gorgonops pup, or close to a pup. In which case, I would say the best way to stop him from doing that is when he does it, lock him in a room and walk away. Lock him in a room and walk away. Leave him for a while. He's probably going to get really pissed. Then let him out. Let him roam. Do the things you're going to do with him. If he nips you again, lock him in a room. If this doesn't work, we're going to have a nipping problem. But at the end of the day, Gorgonops was nowhere near as intelligent as something like a dog or a wolf. So training it is going to be slightly harder, but not too hard. I reckon Gorgonops was on a higher level of intelligence than something like a monitor lizard, which are pretty intelligent lizards. Like, you can semi-train them, kind of. I don't think you'd be able to train Gorgonops like tricks. But I think basic training things. Also, if it's nipping you, where did you go wrong? I'm only joking. Either that or give it a tap on the nose. Not too hard, or it will take your hand off. When I say a tap, I mean a good. You got to scare him. You got to scare him. That's probably going to be vibrating the mic. Anyway. Right. This body is looking pretty good. We've got a good kind of base mesh here. The head is really hard. What I'm gonna do right now though is I feel like the eyes need to come out a bit more. Otherwise it's gonna look really derpy. They need to be sort of embedded into like the side of the skull. Although when you look at top view, there is this sort of sloping off, but I feel like a lot of this would probably be covered over by some sort of flesh. So the eyes would be here. So you would actually see them from the top view. So I'm thinking this is probably a good slope to start the eyes. So the way I've done this in the past, do I have any modifiers on this? No, I do not. The way I've done this in the past is by grabbing a cylinder and making it so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 8 I normally do? Yes, 8 vertices. Oh, here we go. Thanks for the advice. I'll be sure to use it. I think eventually, if you lock it in a room enough, it's gonna learn not to nip you. I was petting its head. Mm.
I was no, I left the. It's weird being on camera. Knock off everything I've said. I left the rolls on the worktop for a day.
Okay,
I'm not need one. I'm gonna
you're not need one, so just one for me.
microwave.
Okay,
The vibes.
that's fine. You were in
Probably in shock.
you were in plain view.
Was I?
Yeah. Right. Hey. No, we're not exhibitionists. Yeah. I can imagine a Gorgonops is going to have things that it likes and it doesn't like to happen. So, anyway, I was talking about the eyes. So I get a cylinder with 8 vertices, and these, if I move it down, I use as the number of vertices for the eyelids. I think it gives me a good amount to get it around the eye, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we are going to scale it on the X quite a lot. I know it looks weird, bear with me. And then we're going to scale this in so the eye is going to sit somewhere in this this orbital fenestra. I do believe it's called. I am not a scientist. I'm going to scale it to, actually, I'm going to keep the bottom open. So this is going to be like the actual eyelids. Like this is the hole where the eyelids are going to come out, okay? So we're actually going to rotate this slightly. I'm going to move it up a bit to there. Where does that look like it's on the head? Okay, I wonder if we could go slightly bigger maybe. Yeah, we don't want to go too big. I feel like because it had a large nasal opening, it's going to rely more on its sense of smell than its sense of sight. But yeah, let's just go with this. See what happens. So we need a boolean. I like to make this. Wait, let's have a look here. What's going on with the mesh? Sometimes fast I find is a better option. I'm gonna go with fast, just for the sake of doing it. And there we go. We're left with eyes that go all the way through the skull, through the head. This is where we can come in and fix it. So obviously a lot of this needs to be fixed up because these are a lot of vertices and this is not what we want. So we're just going to move this to be the last. We'll do the same on the other side. I should be doing this with a mirror modifier, but I like to make things hard for myself because that's just how I roll. I need a drink. My mouth is dry. That's just how I sausage roll. That was a bad joke. Right. I feel like do I mainly want to focus on keeping the head or the eye? Oh God. Let's go like this. I will just move the head to match the eye. Just like this. There we go. Right. So now that we have this, I'm going to put a loop cut in the middle. Ooh, why is this up so high? The roof of the mouth should not be that high. Let me bring this down. Oh, this guy actually had teeth on the roof of his mouth. I'm going to have to add those. I'm going to do that later, though. This is where we are so far. Did I separate this or not yet? Not yet. So I'm going to click V. And face. Select this one, face. And we can do this. And scale them on the normals, separate them evenly. Okay. I'm also going to scale them in, actually. Scale them on normals again, scale them up. I'm doing this with the wrong thing on. That's why it's not working very well. There we go. Okay, got some weird stuff going on that we will need to fix. So we need to add a. Well, I'm gonna put mirror modifier on now because I'm working with one eye, and then it will do both for me. Is it? What? How? To turn on? No. This is unacceptable. I'm male. I'm dominant. Oh, controversial. Let me come and have a quick look. BRB, guys. All right, guys.
How does a male get a skybox on with one click?
Because you only need one click to put it I gotta go for now, but it was nice catching up. I'll be available on Discord to chat in the future whenever you're available. Yes, I will be on Discord. We actually didn't have Wi-Fi for a month because an undersea cable was broken, thanks to living on an island in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I'll talk to you on there. I'm probably going to end this now anyway. But yeah, this is how far we got. You will probably see this model complete in the future. I have plans for it. It's gonna need a lot of work. This is just scary at this point. But the other lives will be members only. Obviously, I'm not asking you to become a member, but just let you know that is the case. So this first one I'm probably going to leave on the channel, and then the other ones will be members only. But I'm going to go. It is going to be quite interesting because I'll be going into rigging the animal and weight painting. I'm not sure why I can't get this one. I hate broken undersea cables. Yeah, broken undersea cables suck. Don't know why I can't get this one to look normal. It's so hard to get it to look right. I think once it's got teeth, excuse me. I think once it's got teeth and it's looking more complete, it will be a lot better. But while I'm gone, I'm going to be looking at a lot more references, maybe some other people's work as well, and see where I can improve on this. But yeah, this is how far we've gotten so far. So, like I said, what?
Is like this member's lives going to be continuing the
Yes,
Oh, okay.
they are. So it's kind of like a mini series.
Looks like a terrifying, overweight shark.
Well, that's basically what Cotylorhynchus was. They were famous for this sloping snout, tiny head, and barrel-shaped body.
For a turtle with a
Yeah, yeah, good observation. But yeah, I'm going to be continuing these until this is complete, and then I'll be moving on to the next animal. Okay. Love it. Anyway, oh, hold on. Look up JFD's Cotylorhynchus. JFD's Cotylorhynchus. I'll do that right now before you go. JFD Cotylorhynchus. Oops. That's strange. Yes, I have seen these. These are really good. You can actually get this model as a mod on Jurassic World Rebirth. Not Rebirth. That's a film. Jurassic World Evolution. I nearly got it, but I didn't. I was looking at these. These are really, really good models. The only problem is they're high poly, and I can't model in high poly because I can't model. I animate. I don't model. But when you look at the problem I have with these models, in fact, this is a problem I have with Cotylorhynchus in general. When you look at this side profile, everything looks really good. The slope and mouth. The only problem I have is the neck is really freaking good. I want to say it's too long, but I actually can't find very many flaws with this at all. He does have the point in the neck, the point that I really struggle with, which is this part, which I've just kind of filled in. I've made him really beefy, but his looks really good. I am gel. I'm well gel. I want to see what shape he did the body. Yeah, he did it in this kind of oval shaped body, which was what I had originally, but it wasn't working. So, yeah, the problem I have with Cotylorhynchus is I'm not sure if they are portraying it accurately. Because if you look at many lizards, many lizards, I know this wasn't a lizard, it was a synapsid, but it was halfway. If you look at many lizards, a lot of them don't have rib cages that, like go down. They fold back. I think if you imagine a bearded dragon, for example, they're quite flat. If you took a bearded dragon and rotated its ribs to point right down parallel to its body, parallel, is that like, I don't know. If you run it straight down from the spine, they would look a lot chunkier. I think Cotylorhynchus, if you rotated the hips back, everything would just match up so much better. Because when you look at this image, how does this head eat off the ground when it kneels down? How does it sleep if it's got this massive rib cage? The head's going to be like free swinging and not touch the ground. I don't know. I'm talking crazy now. But yes, I have seen that. Hello, Spotted Hyena. You are slightly late. Because we're kind of finishing. Have you also seen the trailer for Prehistoric Planet Ice Age? Yes. Yes, I have. And I cannot wait to see mammoths in the desert. Also, the animations in that, I was really worried about them to begin with because mammals are really, really hard to animate. But they did a really good job on the animations. I have watched that trailer many times. And yeah, it's crazy. There's one bit where some kind of big saber-toothed cat jumps on the back or jumps in the face of a mammoth and it slams down, and it's the subtle jiggle in the body and the shoulders when it slams. It looks so good. It looks so heavy. I can't wait to see Pleistocene Australia done right. I know you guys are getting, I'm assuming that's a megalania I saw at one point. And then the giant wombats, can't remember what they're called, but it looks like they're in that as well. And the giant kangaroos. It all just looks so good. The models are crazy good. They really, really are. The most expensive super chat is 500 quid. Yeah, it's quite a lot. The only problem is if anyone sent me that, or sent anyone that, they would only see, How much does YouTube take? I don't know. They would only see like I actually don't know how. Diprotodon. Ah, I did actually know that. I swear, I just forgot. Diprotodon or diprotodon? I am so excited for all the prehistoric content lately. Have you seen the short film Nightfall? Is that the one? Hold on, let me. Before I sound stupid, is that the one that's animated by the really good animator? Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking stupid. Okay. No, I have not. But that looks like one I would like to see. Whoop. Uh, there's one guy I love his work on YouTube. I can't remember what he's called, but he does these animations that are styled beautifully. I can't get enough of it. It's also not a giant wombat, technically. It's just distantly related. Ah, okay. It's diprotodine. I'm assuming you meant to type diprotodon. Diprotodon. I don't know why I would go to say that. Diprotodon. But yeah, diprotodon. Yeah, I can't wait to see them. They're gonna look really, really good. I wonder if I could do this really quickly. Just I feel like leaving this like this is a sin. I'm going to. If I just do this, bring some life to the animal. Ooh, sunken eyes. See if I do this and then watch the magic happen. You ready? Ready? If I do this, then you take your faces, 3 of them, and you do this. Oh shoot! And then you do this, rotate it. And you do this. Watch the magic happen, guys. I'm gonna give some life to this animal. Oops. Right, give me a second, guys. I am so sorry. I don't know where this is coming from. And then we're gonna pull out the other eyelid. I know every way I do this is like so not a common way to do this. I've got my own way of using Blender, and it's like the least ergonomic way, but it works for me. So I just do it my way. I just do it my way. Why didn't I do this? I should have done it a different way, but never mind. It's fine. Hold on. What am I trying to do? 2 seconds, guys. I am so silly. I should have. Oh my. Ah, what is happening? That's not what I wanted to happen. Boop, 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 boop. Done. Okay, that's going to go up that far. There we go. Right, watch this. Watch magic happen again. Why is this so twisted? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I've just given him chameleon eyes. Right, ready? Oops. Oops. I'm really bad at selecting things. It's got a really weird twisted up eyelid. I'm not sure how that happened, but let's grab this, move this in slightly, not all the way. Oh, actually, this would need to be out, and then the second bit need to be in. Oh my god, no, we need to be out. Something like this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. It's hard because I need to keep looking at. I need to get a better setup because I have to keep looking at my phone to check on chats and stuff. Right, let's add an eye, an eyeball. Just gonna decrease and decrease, and then we're gonna put it up. I'm gonna go 8, 8 and 8 maybe 12 for the segments. Yeah, looks better. I'll maybe go maybe 10 and 10. Or nah, 10 and 12. There we go. Right, and I'm gonna mirror this. I swear that I'm gonna do this before I go because this is gonna breathe a lot of life into the animal. Oh god, I can't see what I'm doing. Let me just make sure I'm scaling these eyes correctly inside the sockets. Yeah, that's good. Insertion. Oh, see, I really struggle with eyes. Really struggle with eyes. If I pull this out and then grab this, what happened? What is going on with this ring I've got going on in here? I don't really need this, do I? Do I get it? So we're doing eyes. What shape is this taking? Hold on. Let me scale this 0. There we go. That's a lot better. And then now we can move this in without too much fear of anything going wrong, especially I want to move these in. There we go. Not too much though. Same with this one, move this in. And then I'm going to move this one out because it's going to be coming around the eyeball. Oops. Ah, no, didn't mean to do that. There we go. And I'll move this in a bit, which means we can pull these in as well. Oh, that is a mess. That is a mess that needs fixing. That's okay. I will fix that. Don't you worry, people. Don't you worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Right. I go into side view here. Let's just fix some of these up. Three little birds. You can see it's taken shape. It takes me a while to get this stuff right, but you can see that it is taking shape. Especially like reptilians like this. I really struggle with them. I can do dinosaurs for some reason because I've modeled them the most. But I really need some practice in this reptilian style body shapes. Even though Cotylorhynchus was a synapsid, I know. That doesn't mean it was any closer to mammals than reptiles, does it? Can't believe I'm asking that question. I feel like they were just like more in the middle. It wasn't like a. I don't know. I barely know what a synapsid is. I just know that they've got one hole in the back of the skull and they're related to us. That's about the height of my knowledge. I've just disappointed many brain cells of mine, but it's fine. There's not many of them anyway. Right. How is this eye looking now? Fixed up some of the topology. It's getting smoother. It is getting smoother. It's just, it's sitting at a weird angle. It's really hard to get it to look right. Maybe I need to widen this. Maybe this should kind of take the shape of the socket. You know what I mean? Like this. And then it kind of shows where the socket is as well. Because I'm thinking right, this sort of is visible on reptiles. Socket. And then what I can do now is make the eyelid around the eyelid, if that makes sense. Look a bit better. How's that looking? It just separates it a bit, I think. So you can tell what's eyelid and what's face. Although we've got a lot of weird stuff going on now, so God. Very hard. Very hard to do this. What just happened? Uh-oh. Okay. I may have to end the live. Because I do feel like... Oh no, it's still on. Well, that's weird. I'm going to end the live anyway, guys, because we've been going for a while. And how long have we been going for? Does it tell me? No, it does not tell me. Like I said, if you guys want to see more of these lives, I can't believe how much has happened to this live. There's like people dying, ambulances, police. There's something else that happened. I can't even remember. Anyway, expect more stuff like that. Some nice casual chats and yeah, some more Blender. We're going to continue this Cotylorhynchus model in the future. I'm going to be doing one next week where I plan on fixing up the face. My main focus is getting the teeth, getting the eyes, the nose. But considering that we've only gone for a couple hours, I believe, this is looking not bad. It's getting there. It's going to take a lot of work, but it is getting there. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you so much for the super chat, Poliostasis. That means a lot. Very first super chat. You're the man. Right. I will see you guys later. Peace out.